to another episode of the Desi Mom Hustle. Meet Deepika, the powerhouse behind Deesa, a delightfully quirky accessories business that's as unique as she is. Despite calling Delhi home for years, Deepika still explores the city with the wide-eyed wonder of a tourist. She's always on the hunt for hidden gems and new experiences. Deepika, if you know her, is refreshingly no-nonsense person cutting through the clutter with her straightforward approach to life and business. Her home, whatever we see on Instagram, is a testament to her taste filled with beautiful objects that spark joy and tell stories. As a passionate supporter of small business, Deepika's keen eye for quality and creativity extends beyond her own venture. Balancing her role as an entrepreneur, friend, and a family person, Deepika makes it all look so effortless. She's just as likely to be found brainstorming her next idea as she is enjoying a night out with her friends or cherishing moments with her child. Her ability to juggle work, family, and personal time with grace is so inspiring for everyone, including me. In Deepika's world, there's always room for both business and fun, proving that with the right attitude, you can have it all and look fabulous while doing it. Welcome, Deepika.
Hello, that was such a nice introduction. No one else said that stuff. I'm so pleased. I can't tell you. You made me happy. Thank you.
That is who, somebody who sees you on social media and somebody who has known you for so many years on social media, of course, like for the last, I think I've been following you for 6 years now because I have been actively, on these mom communities and so-called mom friends for the last 6 years. So I've been following you for 6 years, and your introduction is what I see you and, how I see you and your image that you portray. You might be a different person, but this is what you portray.
I don't have a lot of words to pretend. I'm mostly speaking my heart out, you know that. Because why do I need to pretend,
Exactly. So coming to the first question, Deepika, you do so many things, like I already mentioned. Can you tell us a bit about yourself, your family, your background, and, how your typical day looks like?
Yeah, so I am from Punjab. And I spent like 6 years of my life there before making this big move to Delhi. And I was working as a teacher for 5 to 6 years before leaving it after my son's birth. And then I went back to work again when it's 2.5, but I couldn't manage. And then I had to stay at home for a while because I started working from home then later on when I found my own brand. And I've been working since like Feb 2018 when I found Deesa. So it's good. I mean, it has really given me something to look forward to when I couldn't go out of home to explore other avenues. It gave me a purpose that, I am doing something. So it was really good. Other than that, I try and make the best out of whatever situation I am in. I'm a very solution approach based person. Whenever anything that comes up, I'm feeling, oh, what now? But then immediately after 5 minutes, I'm like, what can be done? Because that's how I approach life. Less chuck it. I have to think of how I can, think of the best here, and then just move ahead. That keeps me going, I feel.
This actually was a question for maybe, coming towards the end, but because you mentioned this, you are surrounded by so many women who stay at home. I am surrounded by so many women who stay at home. How can they find their true passion while staying at home?
I think I was creative when I was graduating. I was creative then too. I learned stitching, I learned embroidery, but I never put it to use. And also, I'm from a very small town where these kinds of talents were like everyone had, because whenever we were free in summer vacation, we were all learning a new skill because there were no phones, there was nothing to do. We weren't at that age that we were going to play outside, we had to learn a skill. So we were learning all these skills. I was stitching my own night suits at home. I was embroidering pillow covers. I was making paintings for the home. My mother's house still had those cross-stitched paintings that I made. So we were all doing this. Yeah. So, but I did not feel at that time that I can explore in this area, I continued my education. Then I became a teacher. And when I sat at home finally and I wanted to think of something and I was really enjoying brooches. That's how actually Deesa came into life. I was really minimalist. I did not even know how to dress before 2015 or 16. Would just pick up a t-shirt and jeans and I'm call it a day.
Are you
And then
serious?
I start, yeah, I'll have to show you my pictures. And I even never opened my hair because I always thought they don't look good on me. They are always messy or baby hair are here and there. And I was just never confident. Confidence also came much later in my life, in my 30s. I think my son coming to my life changed my life. I evolved so much past 10 years of my life. I had never been that person in those 30 years that I am now at 40. It changed my life entirely. So I was starting to explore accessories at that time. I don't wear earrings at all. I just don't like the weight of my ears. And I was not much into necklaces also at that time. So I saw some people on Instagram wearing brooches and I think I can style this maybe. And I bought a few pieces and I started styling them. But then there were not many brands at that time in 2017 or 16 making brooches. So I started making them for myself in 2020. Then an old friend of mine encouraged me to, do something in that area. And I was like, yes, I can do it. I made some more. And then in February 2018, Deesa came into existence. Then I was
Wow.
like, yeah, yeah, let me just start. I really would like to thank like strangers on social media who trusted me and bought from me because I really needed that push at that time. I really needed that support. I really needed that validation. And I honestly, all that validation came from strangers at that time and friends that I made on social media. It was really because, I was not trained. I was just exploring.
Right.
And even my brooches were not, if I look at them now, their stitching was not that good. But still, some people trusted me. I can't tell you how much my earlier customers mean to me. I still remember those names. I still remember the orders they gave. Like I still remember the brooches they bought. Those things really matter to you when you are beginning, when you want people to trust you and buy something from you. So it was really good, and these are picked up, honestly. With the support of a few good people, these are really picked up. And I have sold so many brooches. And so many people started wearing brooches after that. Now, so many brands are making the brooches. Yes, they became uh, pretty popular a few years back, but they were not that popular in 2018. They're still very popular in India, I would say,
Right. Right.
because I wear bracelets. Now I wear a lot of necklaces also. But people still, whenever I wear a brooch, people still ask me about that. No one has ever asked me or complimented me on my necklace. "Bhi sundar pehna ho." They never say, "Oh, what a beautiful necklace." But whenever I'm wearing a very nice brooch, people actually approach me and ask me, "This is very nice. From where have you bought it?" Or "Looking nice." And I tell them that
ये मैंने बनाया है. When you tell them ये मैंने बनाया, what is that? What is the next reaction?
the reactions are always really very surprising and shocking. Wow, you have made it. I'm like, yes, I have made it. And then mostly people are always very, like, it's a very nice kind of shocking surprise that comes on their face. I really like those expressions. And I have been stopped at many places for especially brooches only, nothing else.
I know, and especially because your brooches are so nice. I mean, I have a few of them. You know that I made my husband and son wear it in a wedding. वो भी family wedding था. They were wearing that brooches
Right.
and with so much of pride. कि हाँ, I'm wearing a
I
flower
know
वाला.
that means so much to me. I can't tell you. Whenever people share photographs of them wearing the brooches or their family wearing the brooches or their hairpins, I love to see that love that comes across through pictures because it is an effort that anyone makes that, I enjoyed wearing it. Because
Correct.
it's a very capitalistic based world we live in. People keep buying stuff from everyone. Just remember and, send it across. It's a very nice gesture that I appreciate and don't take for granted at all. Share pictures. I don't share the messages that they share with me, but I share the pictures and I share my message for the photo. But I really appreciate if anyone shares pictures. So I always, whenever I send brooches, I say, please share pictures with me. I love to see these on you.
I know, like I have been on the other side, so I know how that feels. To this, like, you said you learned so many skills, matlab, सीखे हुए skills you transformed into starting your own business. So when you actually started Deesa, did you have to learn something new? कुछ नया सीखना पड़ा, कुछ upskill करना पड़ा, कुछ?
Yes, I had to learn a lot of stuff along the way, how to pick those skills, because I had basic skills. But when you are selling a product, you can't sell a basic product, When someone is spending money, they want a like proper अच्छा वाला सामान, because they're paying money for that. That's why it has to look really good in terms of finishing and even the packaging. I had to work on packaging also because I'm the one doing everything, and I wanted to keep it plastic free. These are products are packaging is always plastic free, so I had to work on that too, and designing thank you card also. Now I send a thank you card also. I hired a, what do you call them? Graphic artists? No. I forgot the term. No, not graphic designers. What do we call them? Illustrator. Yes. I got an illustrator to design. Yeah. I got an illustrator to design the thank you card for the. I did it. It's beautiful. It's a keepsake. You can put it on the fridge as a like uske piche magnet ke niche, or as a bookmark, and or on your almirah, because it's a beautiful small painting.
Yes.
Deesa is very small, but all these brooches, so many brooches are on the thank you card. So skills I've learned on the way, and also especially learning to be patient with customers. That's really one needs to learn when you're operating a small business. It's not क्योंकि कई बार होता है कि लोगों को लगता है then when they have, so they think that 2-3 दिन में ही आ जाना चाहिए या 4 दिन में. So I have to inform in the beginning, I'm not Amazon, so I will take some time to make and then send all kinds of skills that you learn along the way.
When you were starting out your, venture, how supportive was your immediate, group of friends, your family? Did you have a lot of support from them?
Yes, my friends supported a lot. Family, not initially. My mother-in-law was very supportive. She was very supportive when I was working as a teacher too, and she was very supportive of business too. Though she does not understand how much things should cost, but she's supportive for doing something and working from home. But yes, my friends supported a lot, and especially Instagram friends supported a lot. I think community I have built on Instagram in past 8 years, I think it has been really amazing. I have no words. I mean, I've found mothers to whom I can ask anything, to talk about anything. I think we're all sailing in the same boat. The community has been amazing. I have no words for the support I've gotten from there.
And you are also somebody, like you're on the other side as well. Like, if I want to talk to you, I just pick up the call and like the phone and call you. So you also support people where you say, acha ye kar lo, ya acha wo kar lo, like sort of a thing. So obviously, that Instagram community has played that big role for you. Tell me something, matlab, when you were starting all this, you were raising your child who was very young then, living alone, like in a nuclear family. So did you experience guilt?
बच्चा पैदा होता है साथ में हमारा guilt भी पैदा होता है. तुरंत, like we are the
New emotion
moment
is born.
child exists. Yeah, that is guilt. Abhi I can manage guilt really well. Because I learned it with time ki I cannot keep on pouring from an empty cup.
True.
I have to do something for myself too. I have to spend time with my friends. I have to go out alone and do things that I love to do. Okay, my husband was really supportive. पहले शुरू में, because like you said, your family में there is no one to take care of your child. You and your husband are doing it all alone. तो पहले ये होता था कि जब सचिन होते थे संडे को, I would go out with my friend to watch movies or something. ठीक है, meals prepare करके चले गए. And 4 घंटे के guilt होता इतना ज्यादा नहीं होता था. I would, because I love spend time apart from my son too, because that really fills me up with a lot of pleasure. Then coming back to your child is even more special when you go out
True.
to do anything of your own, because yes, because you also come recharged whenever you go out for a meal, to any outing or a trip. I've not done much trips. I've done only 2, 3 trips without him. But whatever I have done, I really enjoy myself. Don't bother. Earlier, I used to do that a lot, but now I don't do. Now I manage my guilt pretty well. I don't pity anymore. Earlier, it was there. It was very much there, but now it's not there. Now I really, really love going out and having my own time. And I think mothers should do that. It's very important. I just can't emphasize the need of spending some time alone. Even going out alone for a cup of coffee is enough. I feel कि जब टाइम निकले जाओ, चाहे वो घंटा ही क्यों ना हो, because really it really matters a lot that you go out and you have your own fun. How are you going to be cranky all the time? Our generation is not like our mother's generation that वो pain भी होगा तो नहीं बोलेंगे. We are not that.
Exactly.
We speak. And we have to speak so that our children know that we are in pain.
Correct.
मुझे I think साल तक पता ही नहीं चलता था till I grew up a lot. Like I remember in my later years of teenage, that I came to know that my mother was also suffering so many times in silence, because she would not even tell us
Yes,
she's in pain or she's going through something. So I really want to make sure I tell my son if I'm not well. मैं बोल देती हूँ that Mama is not feeling very okay. She needs some space right now. My periods have all been tough for me. So I tell him that Mama is not feeling very well. She needs her own time. So you please stay on your own, or you do something. If you want to watch TV also today, go for it. Now I tell him कि पहले तो उसको समझ ही नहीं आता था, because my son is not neurotypical. So उसको समझ ही नहीं आता था कि Mama can be in pain too. We would laugh. I would be in pain and laugh.
For neurotypical kids also. Like if I tell,
They also do that.
They don't. I mean, not talking about periods and pain and all, but I used to have sinus issues a lot. Like where I used to have headaches. I just could not sit. So I had to tell Cookie that I'm not feeling well. Can you just do whatever you want? So that started probably at like around 4.5. And then he would not understand, why are you feeling like this? His only thing was कि हाँ चलो आज TV देखने.
Of course, they take it in their own stride कि हाँ आज तो मजे हो गए Deepika. I also started telling him much later at this stage, but yes, I started telling him a few years back that I need to rest. Please, leave me alone. And now he still not understood nap time. That's still difficult because he keeps pacing in my room. And I'm like, Adu, you're pacing in my room. Sometimes he would come and sit next to me when I'm napping. And because we are such light sleepers after kids, I'm aware that you're sitting next to me. Then he will say, "Aap soye raho, Mama. Please, you keep sleeping. I am not here. I can see you." How can I not notice you? How much angry can you get? It's funny also.
I know.
Because they are so dumb.
I
really enjoy this. I know, I really enjoy it too.
So like with this, I actually had an incident. I think 2-3 hafte pehle. I was very sleepy because I couldn't sleep the previous night. I was lying down and both the kids were at home. Obviously, I think it was a Saturday morning. And just when this happens, Riti comes in. She sits on top of me. I'm sleeping, and she's like, "Mama, you sleeping?" I'm like, "Yaar, kya hai?"
Now that I've opened up my eyes.
But it's rejuvenating as well, right? Like, ठीक है, you're irritated at
but then we get funny stuff to tell later on.
Absolutely.
Because it is funny only. It's funny only. They are really cute. That helps.
Coming back to another thing, I think you are a total inspiration. Okay, matlab, I see you going out with your friends. I see you going to a lot of places, and like I mentioned in your introduction as well, you go for these Delhi tours. Kabhi Kutub Minar.
Yeah, I started. So what I started doing last year.
Okay.
I started doing this last year because what has started happening with me, मैं ना I really enjoy being at home. So exploring there gives me opportunity ki and then you're back home. I am not much of a tourist. I've realized the past few years. मैं बाहर जाना भी अगर enjoy करती हूँ ना, तो it's only for 3-4 days, not more than that. So exploring, there's a very refreshing change for me because I've been here for past 14 years and I'd still not explored it. And then my friend introduced me to, she did these walks, Delhi walks, heritage walks last year. And then she introduced me to City Tales and I started doing these last year also. I can't tell you how much fun I had this winter. Even waking up in the biting cold was worth it because the stories and the history of a city I live in, like I live only 25 kilometers from Delhi. So mostly I was going 40 minutes, I was traveling 40 minutes and I was seeing history. It was a transportation back to a time we did not know. And to know about those times and explore all these emperors and their stories and the queens and seeing what they did, I really find so fascinating. I can't even tell you. And that's why I think I really like Rajasthan. I'm still to explore Rajasthan, and I've been to Agra and Jaipur only, but I love going to the forts there also. I think it's beautiful that we have so much history in India. It's amazing, and I will be doing the walks again this winter. I'm really looking forward to the winter again because I'm living in Delhi, like I told. It has its pros and cons. It has its cons, but it has a lot of pros too. I love living here, to be honest with you. It's really, I mean, the food, the history, weather sucks and the pollution sucks, I know, but still, Delhi has its own charm and I can't ever deny it. Yeah. When you're a North Indian, so it's very easy for me, I'm from Punjab and there are so many Punjabis here, everywhere. So I did not, मुझे ऐसे नहीं लगा यहाँ कि कभी कि मुझे बहुत ज्यादा एडजस्ट कर हमेशा से पहले जब मैं शिफ्ट नोएडा में मुझे ये लगा यार आई विल ऑलवेज फील आउट ऑफ द प्लेस कि मुझे उतनी अच्छे से इंग्लिश नहीं आती है जितनी को आती होगी यहाँ पे मुझे जॉब नहीं मिलेगी जल्दी जल्दी and मैं adjust कैसे करूंगी we all have those kind of prejudices in our mind when we move to a bigger place because मैं जिस शहर से हूँ ना वहाँ पे यार आधे घंटे में अपना शहर घूम लो स्कूटी पे
I know.
तो मैं वहां से थी हाँ, तो यहाँ पे it was a huge change for me but I am good at adapting I don't sulk so I shifting here I've been here 14 years मुझे नहीं लगता कि अगर चंडीगढ़ के अलावा मुझे कहीं जाने को बोलेगा शिफ्ट होना है आई वुड नॉट बी हैप्पी even in biting cold and cruel summer I either want to be in NCR or in Chandigarh
Wow.
end goal Chandigarh shift होना है you can call me like a बस मुल्ला की दौड़ मस्जिद तक होता है ना I am that क्योंकि 14 साल से इतनी मैंने पंजाबी फिल्में पहले नहीं देखी होंगी आज से when I was growing up अब पिछले 14 साल में आके मैंने सारी पंजाबी फिल्में देखी है and just to listen to Punjabi language. I think because you kind of start missing your own culture and everything, when you shift to a new city, you want to be connected to your roots.
Yes.
So coming back to those walks, I love doing that. And I'll be doing them again in winters.
Awesome. So this is for all the NCR moms watching this. If you want to know more about these walks, you know who to contact now. I have two very important questions that I've always wanted to ask you. So, first question, you are a big supporter of, pre-loved things and upcycling them. When you started doing this on social media, did you face any criticisms? Ya kisi ne bola, why are you selling your used clothes? Things like that?
No, I did not sell my used clothes. I always ask parents to pay shipping. I have never sold my son's clothes.
No,
I really don't like it.
I know it's I mean, I've also just paid shipping to you. But then, when you put it out there that, this is available, have you faced any criticism?
No, I don't think so. Mostly parents were really welcoming. I have sent it to so many people across India, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Bombay, Chandigarh also. I think people love it. Clothes are very expensive. And especially जो मुझे लगता है Fab India की shirts हैं या पहले यादों के लिए छोटे ब्रांड से बहुत लेती लीला हो या लव द वर्ल्ड टुडे हो या इंडी प्रोडक्ट स्टोर हो मुझे लगता है वो मैंने मदर से जो इंस्टाग्राम पे कम्युनिटी है मैं उनसे शेयर करूँ तो दैट वुड बी बेटर rather than giving it to people working at my place because I give clothes of Adu to my domestic helps a lot too. Like they can give it to anyone in their area. If I ask them first if there is any small child in your, give them t-shirts and lowers that they can use, but the mostly the shirts and the bundles or the because there's a lot of waistcoats too. Those I know they will not be of much use to them. I just can't sell clothes because I don't know why. Even I
No,
have given my clothes also to people on Instagram, posted on stories. You can take it, but just pay shipping. I don't want to take that burden. Just pay shipping and take it because
correct.
I want it to be used. I bought it with much love. I did not think of it as a selling thing. So I
Right.
give it out a lot. I have donated Adu so many toys to a nearby orphanage too. And then later on, when pandemic, I could not go anywhere. Then I sold a bit of toys because I'm not guilty of buying toys a lot because toys have really shaped my son. He used to buy a lot of toys. But I taught Adu to keep his things well. That's why his books are in excellent condition. His toys have been in
Right.
excellent condition. They keep everything very well. But I feel things should be used properly. If you buy good quality stuff, it should be passed on rather than throwing it away.
Right.
Because we love to buy. Our generation was a little starved on stuff. So we have to
I know.
pamper our kids. I can't help it. Adu still choose stuff. So I really feel lucky because I've heard from all other parents कि हमारे बच्चों ने तो यार अब कपड़े पहनने बंद कर दिए हमारी चॉइस के. They want t-shirt और jeans और t-shirt और shorts. Like आदू अभी भी पहनता है यार. I'm still buying और चिकनकारी के कलमकारी के shirts. लड़का पहनना बड़ी खुश होती हूँ उसको देख देख के. तो
Obviously.
मुझे बड़ा शौक है. अपने लिए तो है ही है मतलब उसके लिए मुझे बड़ा जब से कि indulging me.
Why not?
I'm really happy to.
Nice. One last question from me before I ask Niyati's question. You are somebody who is so authentic on social media, absolutely yourself. When I look at people, imitating, what they want people to think of them. And I'm like, no, you need to have true role models, people who, you can imitate, people who are your next door neighbor types. So, the best thing which I like about you, and apart from obviously being your authentic self, is that you have not hidden yourself behind, all these shosha and, मैं अपने hair color karungi. And I mean, you look so beautiful with your gray hair. So when you started doing
Thank
this, you are my role model. I cannot do it. मेरे hair दिख रहे. I have like,
No, please, thank you. I'm really flattered.
I mean, you have this elegance about yourself when you're flaunting your gray hair also. When you started doing this, did you face criticism? And how did you convince yourself कि हाँ मुझे अब hair color नहीं?
So what happened was actually in 2020 when pandemic happened. I was coloring my hair. Of course, I colored in 2022, but we all had to color ourselves because I
Correct.
had very early graying. I started getting grays when I was only 16 or 17. So then I was using Hera for many years. In 2010, after my wedding, I started coloring. When you color, it's a very vicious cycle of कलरिंग एवरी 25 days. तो जैसे ही कहीं बाहर जाना होता है सबसे पहले आप क्या देखोगे मेरे बाल सफेद है हाय बाल सफेद हो रहे हैं आई हैव टू गो टू सैलून टू गेट इट कलर्ड. So 2021 में I was seeing so many women on social media who were being their authentic selves. I had no confidence earlier on. I'll be very, very honest with you. But I think it एकदम से शिफ्ट आता है ये वाला. तो वो 2021 में मेरे को एकदम से वो शिफ्ट आया कि मार्च के बाद 2021 आई जस्ट स्टॉप कलरिंग. बस एकदम से लगता नहीं अब मेरा हो गया. आई एम डन. आई एम नॉट गोना डू दिस एनी मोर. एंड व्हेन आई डिसाइड ऑन समथिंग आई डोंट वांट टू डू दिस एनी मोर देन फिर मेरे को ना कोई अब आप ऐसे नहीं कि जैसे आप बिकॉज मुझे आप शेम कर दोगे कि let me decide. Let me see for myself. I can always go back to coloring if I don't enjoy it.
Correct.
But let me just see how it goes for me because it is my body. It has to be my own experience. I don't want to go with your experience कि ये अच्छे लग रहे हैं कुछ. Let me just decide it for myself. So I stopped coloring then, and there was a wedding in July, my sister-in-law's, and then I like people in my family told me अभी कर लो एक बार कलर कोई बात नहीं और फिर लेना वापस है ना स्टार्ट ये बट आई वाज लाइक अगर मैं फिर से कलर कर लिया ना अभी ये तो मैं फिर वापस उसी साइकिल में चले जाऊंगी तो मुझे नहीं करना है तो दैट बस वहीं पे वो पॉइंट था शादी में बोला उसमें कुछ लोगों ने उसके बाद जाके आई हर्ड फ्रॉम सम पीपल यस शी हैड नॉट कलर्ड हर हेयर शी वाज नॉट लुकिंग नाइस ऐसे कौन आ जाता है शादी में बट आई थिंक आफ्टर 30s you become a little more sure of yourself that you just don't bother about what others are saying about you know एक innate confidence आ जाता है वो I think वो with age only that comes like मेरे I think that comes with a lot of experience and slowly you become sure of yourself कि हाँ बस ऐसा नहीं है कि मुझे किसको प्लीज करना है we have already done our parts of our pleasing and we realize उससे कोई प्लीज नहीं हो रहा आप खुद दुखी हो रहे हो बस है ना वो जैसे ही वो समझ आ जा हाँ जैसे ही वो समझ आ जाती है धीरे धीरे अपने आप एक श्योरिटी आ जाती है अपने में तो फिर वो I never looked back after that. March 2021 was the last I colored and then there was no looking back. And I only thank women on Instagram, honestly, because I did not find role models around me. But I saw so many women on social media flaunting their gray hair. It really gave me a push that I think I needed to, but I did not have it in myself. So I can't take the credit. Maybe some would see me also and you know they will also get that inspiration so that's really good ऐसे ही आता है I think वो बोलते हैं ना कि ये chain it's a human chain I think अच्छी चीजों में अगर human chain बनी रहे तो अच्छी बात है ना यार most of the people I have met only complimented me
you know you only have to look at your photograph and you look so elegant I think it's also because you are so confident in yourself कि हाँ मुझे यही करना है I think that reflects and that is why people compliment you कि हाँ ठीक है she is confident
I know. I think that shift came after only 30 and when I started evolving more as a human being, I think having a neurodivergent kid helped me look a lot inwards and learn new things in life that I was not open to earlier. I was open to that kind of learning. It really shifted my perspective on a whole other level. कि कैसे देखना है चीजों को बिकॉज पहले हमको सबको ये लगता है ना जैसे हम मदर्स बनेंगे ओ आई एम नॉट गोना डू दिस आई एम नॉट गोना डू दैट मैं तो ये करने ही नहीं दूंगी when you become parent everything like that sort goes into I'm like you are every day is a challenge every day is a challenge when you are beginning because you are new to parenting and it's challenge. And for me, it was even more challenging when I found out that my son had autism and I had to learn new skills for him, with him, and from him, you know. So that was a life-changing experience in my life. I feel really, it really shifted my gear, all like prospects of my life, how I look at my perspectives changed. I've learned to not be you know looking at in only one direction I've learned to look in the other direction also that okay that's ये उनका लाइफ का एक्सपीरियंस है ये मेरी लाइफ का एक्सपीरियंस है all life experiences are different you have to be accepting others life experiences too because everyone is unique you know उनकी सबकी अपनी यूनिक करनी है पेरेंटिंग की लाइफ की तो एंड ऑल्सो आज का वैसे भी एवरीथिंग अराउंड अस इज little more difficult with the exposure. The more we know, the harder it becomes. कि कुछ भी the world news, I think इतनी पहले हमारे को नहीं पहुंचती ना. अब देखते हैं there are still we are in 2024 and there are 2 wars going around in the world.
Correct.
And
correct.
We can't do anything about it. So all we can do is try to be a good person and nothing else. And just be a little kind. I really feel female friendships play a very important role in women's life.
Yes.
I feel we all need to have really good female friends. they make such amazing change in lives because I think they are the people who hear us.
Absolutely.
Husbands or men around us just nod, who actually hear, give us solutions or offer drinks and go out with us and just aaj pee ke chalo kuch bhi kar liya, and you just can't be that with a man at this age, I feel.
Absolutely.
So, but this female friendship thing I learned much later in my life. Like I think, like you also, like everyone, woman of our generation, because we were told mostly by the society to fight with each other for everything. I think
Yes.
who can be a good mom, who can be a good homemaker, who can cook better food. Everything was a competition, and then suddenly you realized, no, you have to take the metric. You have to out of it
Yes.
and do what you right. Find good people, because of course there are people. I think the world always runs with only good people. I feel
Absolutely.
it's running well because of only good people. And I think finding good women is very easy. You just have to just look around and you will find. I found mostly good people on social media. Yeah. Manva, I never curse social media for that.
I agree.
Never.
मेरे जो close, like, friends who are again mothers, if I have to put them in a category of, best friends, they have all come from Instagram. All of them.
Same. Like I have old friends too. So many friendships I made after 30. I did not even think कि मैं 30 के बाद कोई दोस्त दूँ यार. But I made so friends by Instagram. They're in my life. All my old friends are also there in my life. Like I don't lose touch with people. I keep connecting. So I found so many good friends here on social media with whom I can actually connect and talk to about my experiences. And चाहे वो शोज की बात हो, मूव की बात हो, म्यूजिक की बात हो, या फिर पेरेंटिंग की बात हो कि हमारे टेक थोड़े पेरेंटिंग पे डिफरेंट हैं. आई एम नॉट, मुझे लगता है हम मोस्टली वैसी पेरेंटिंग कर रहे हैं कि हमने ये पेरेंट्स से सीखा हुआ है, थोड़ा ये नहीं करना है वाला पेरेंटिंग ज्यादा है हमारी.
आई अग्री आई सो अग्री
कि हाँ, कि हमें ये नहीं करना है वाला पेरेंटिंग. तो it's very hard. I think the hardest, easiest part, but I was apologizing to my son after I do something wrong. If I shout or I'm very bad behaved, I immediately go and apologize. Because sometimes ऐसे हो जाता है ना कि हम एक बारी बहुत ब्लॉक में होते हैं. And also I always want him to feel that I'm a human being too. It took me a lot of time to see my mother as a human being, क्योंकि she had a very difficult life. तो उनके साथ कनेक्शन अलग तरीके से हुआ है मेरा मम्मी के साथ. It took me a lot of time as a woman to understand her as a woman. पापा के साथ उतना कनेक्शन नहीं था, तो मम्मी के साथ बनाना, it took me to do that. But I want my son to just come to me for anything and everything. That's what my goal of parenting is. And I really wanted to share it with you.
Correct.
Because मुझे लगता है हमारी generation was really scared of our parents.
Yes.
I don't want him to be that. बस मेरा सिर्फ सच में यही गोल है. मुझे लगता है बाकी सब चीजें होती रहेंगी लाइफ में, लाइफ लेसन जो है वो अपने सीख लेगा. बिकॉज सबकी लर्निंग अलग होती है. दैट इज माई ओनली गोल ऑफ पेरेंटिंग. सो आई ऑलवेज इमीडिएटली apologize whenever I feel I'm in wrong. I don't hesitate, because I feel it's really very important for him to know that Mama was wrong, and she came to me and she apologized. So that's why he really comes to me whenever वो चाहे उसकी जिंदगी की कितनी सी फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड प्रॉब्लम्स क्यों ना हो, he comes to me.
No, it is important. Matlab, in my case, it has at times backfired also, where I was very angry, and maybe I didn't shout, I didn't scream. Maybe I told them politely that should not have done this. After half an hour, both the kids are hammering me. Mama, say sorry. What was not right. Mama, say sorry. But then it also made me realize that, हमारे perspective are so different. As parents, I thought I was right. I didn't shout, I didn't scream. मैंने तो चिल्लाया नहीं. मैंने बहुत patiently, आराम से बोला, you should not have done this. But then, as a child, they thought even for them, it was like, मम्मा ने ऐसा बोल दिया मुझे कि तुम्हें नहीं करना चाहिए था. Where is my explanation of why I should not have done this? At least tell me that. So ये भी होता है, but then it's a good learning that, like अगर तुम्हें कोई बोल दे, don't do this. You didn't do it correct. But then क्यों? Like, tell me why. Like, what was wrong about
it?
That learning has come from kids, मतलब मेरे पीछे पड़े रहते हैं. Mama, say sorry. You didn't do this correct. Say sorry.
Right, I know.
But it's a good thing, like you said.
Yeah, I hope so. We are doing it right.
I hope.
Maybe. I hope so. I just keep hoping.
I really hope so. Deepika, before we end the recording, I want you to ask a question for the next guest that she will have to answer.
Very difficult for me to not know the person and ask the question. I would also like to ask the question about how do you feel you have changed as a person after being a mom?
That's an interesting question.
I think we totally change after the kids.
We do.
So I would have to know, we are not the same people anymore.
I'll remember to ask this question. Thank you so much, Deepika, for being here, for sharing so much about your life. Thank you so much for, sharing the gems from your life.
Thank you so much, Samana. It did not feel like we were chatting a podcast. It felt like we were just having a conversation. It was very easy because you know how awkward I was in the beginning and how comfortable I am right now. So thank you for inviting me and thank you for having me. I love chatting with you.